that his mother was often absent, and that she would often go off with other men in a romantic way. When he questioned his father about this, his father was very calm about it and not unhappy. And he said that women were free to go with whomever they chose, even after marriage. And there were no restrictions on this, and this was the ways of Dharma in that time. And there was nothing wrong in what she was doing. Shwetaketu was upset by this, and he instituted the marriage laws that said a woman belongs only to her husband thereafter. My point here isn't to argue about polyamory or monogamy or anything like that. What I want to say is there are no universal, absolute laws for all time and all places within Hinduism. And that includes the laws of conduct for women. And there are different social mores for different societies and cultures at different times and in different places. And I think we have to recognize that as our community grows here, there will also be new ways of defining Hindu womanhood here. And that doesn't make it any less Hindu. But the way to kind of come up with this new version of Hinduism, this new way of practicing Hinduism, we have to reconnect to our sources of dharma. And we have to not just learn it, but we have to live it, and we have to share it with others in our individual lives and as a community. And when we do that, it'll organically grow in the way that it's meant to. And I think it's really in our own hands for those of us who are living as Hindu Americans here. What type of Hindu society do we want to shape here? And it's something we have to take seriously for ourselves and also as a responsibility to ourselves and our community. And just a kind of one example that I'd like to share is I read a very interesting article this weekend about this Gurukul in Varanasi, India, where it's a 40-year-old Gurukul. It's only for women. And they teach the Vedas and Sanskrit, but they also teach ancient Hindu martial arts. For example, there's one archer there. She's 22 years old. She can, with her bow and arrow, hit an object simply by looking at the mirror. And that's something that Arjuna was able to do in the Mahabharata. And these girls practice like dozens of different types of weapons, and they can offer flower garlands to their guests with just a click from their bow and arrow, and they can produce dance drama simply with the sounds of their swords. And not only that, they're also performing Vedic rites and the samskaras, the Hindu samskaras. So they're invited by the various homes in the community to go and perform their rites there. The residents in that community find that when these girls come, they do a much better job than their traditional purohits and pandits. So there are different ways of reviving our ancient traditions in a modern way, in a way that's empowering for women. And that's not to deny that over the thousands and thousands of years of Hindu history, many of our fundamental dharmic principles have been lost, distorted, or manipulated. And as with anything in this human world, impurities have crept in. My belief is that the more we dig into our roots, the more we delve into this ocean of wisdom by reviving the practices and traditions that have held our dharma together over the ages, the more we will uncover the core principles and values of dharma and be able to apply them in our own lives and also for the community. And I think we must learn and practice our own dharma, and then in the spirit of yajna, sacrifice, and seva, service, share this with others and foster a strong, supportive community for Hindu women. And in conclusion, what I would say is that it is our dharma to share the stories of our Hindu heroines so that we never forget the greatness that we are capable of, that we are of the blood of the greatest devis the world has ever seen, that we must teach our children and our friends and families the truth of our scriptures and traditions that have venerated women and have commanded humanity to revere, honor, and respect women. And we must teach the world and ourselves to see women as the powerful and auspicious embodiments of Shakti that we are. We must teach our ancient wisdom to our daughters and the women all around us so that they shall never again feel that they are weak or limited or deficient in any way simply because they are female, that they have the unlimited power and energy within to transform themselves into whatever they wish to become and to uncover their inner goddess.